Hi, this is Kevin with Naples Lawn Service, and today we're going to do a 200-hour review on a John Deere 3025E tractor. Okay, so we've got 200 hours on this John Deere 3025E. It's a 2021. I bought it brand new about 15 months ago. These come in three different models: 3025E, 3032E, and 3038E. And the only difference in these tractors is that one has a 25 horsepower like mine, one has a 32, one has a 38 horsepower. And other than that, everything else is the same as far as these E tractors. I've seen other ones, they're exactly like this. I looked at a 3038 and it's exactly like this, but it just has the higher horsepower engine, and which gives you more RPMs, a little bit more, about 100 more RPMs, but it does give you more power at the power takeoff. Okay, so like I said, it's 3025E. I got the loader with it. This is an extra charge for this loader. I think it's like $6,000 or $6,500 for your loader and bucket, plus the price of your tractor. I paid about $17 for the tractor last year, but this year they're like $21, so they went up $4,000 in 1 year, and I think they're going to go up again, somebody said, in October. So anyway, I'm glad I got it when I did, but I ordered it with the loader, the 300E loader, and then I also ordered it with an iMatch. Okay, this helps get your implements on and off. It's very easy. This is a very, like, $400, $500 part, but you'll be able to hook your attachments on and off really easy. So I recommend getting the iMatch. I ordered it with this box blade. This one is a BB5060, and I think the box blade was like $1,200 or something. I can't be sure, but something in that range. But reason I got the box blade with it is because the box blade, not only can you use it, you know, whenever the need arises, but it provides ballast for this tractor. And by the way, these when I bought it, I upgraded to these tires. These are called industrial tires, and it's $200 extra to upgrade on the rears, and like $184 extra to upgrade on the front. But you have three different types of tires. You got the traditional tractor tires, okay, which have a really narrow heavy mudder sort of a track to it. Okay, so you got those, and then you got these that are called industrial, and then you got another type. So there's R1 and I think R3, R4, but the other type is sort of a all-terrain type, sort of a highway all-terrain, more of a pavement tread. But anyway, I would recommend these. This is a four-wheel drive, and this thing it's hard to get it stuck. But the only way you can get stuck is if you get your ground clearance off. And by the way, the ground clearance is like 12 or 13 inches under here. But if you start digging, you get down to frame, then obviously you're not going anywhere. So I upgraded these tires. Now, also to help with ballast, I got 75% water in each tire. Okay, so between the 5% water in each tire and the iMatch and the box blade, I got plenty of ballast. Okay, so I got about 29 gallons or so in each tire, and so that's going to add up to about 300 pounds or so in each tire of water, which so you're 600 pounds extra ballast. And then your box blade weighs 400, and this iMatch weighs 70. So you got about 6 4s, 1,070. So you got about 1,000 or 1,100 pounds ballast. So there's no need to buy the ballast box for what I do. I've had this thing to capacity on the loader, and it's never lifted up off the ground at all. Okay, so this mower comes with a drink holder right here. Comes with your little cell phone holder. You got a 12 volt, I don't know if you can see it or not. You got a 12 volt right here, charge your phone. This is your PTO gauge right here. Over here is how you're going to raise up and down your iMatch with your attachments. This is your joystick right here. You got a lockout on the joystick so nobody can use it or bump it accidentally if you want to lock it out. It does have hydrostatic transmission, forward and reverse. There's no shifting any gears. It comes with a seat right here. It goes forward and backwards, and a little lever right here to adjust your height on your seat. Okay, it does come with the turning signals and the hazard flashlights. Diesel tank, and I'll tell you how much that thing holds. It's about 7.5 gallons, and so 7.5 gallons of diesel goes in here, and you'll run all day long on that. You run about 8 hours on that, so it's really fuel efficient. Now I struggle to go through fuel in this thing. It's very, very fuel efficient. There's your PTO knockoff down here. Okay, that's where you hook up your PTO. And over here you got your headlights and your hazard selection. Okay, I recommend getting one of these knobs. This makes the steering a lot easier. It doesn't come with long enough screws, so you'll have to get a lot longer screws from your hardware store. It does have power steering, your starter key. Okay, here's your headlights around here. These are not very bright. Okay, so I went ahead and put on these. These are custom. I just got some docking lights from a boat store, put on some hardware, spray painted it black, and ran the cable down here and tied it in with my tail lights. So watch on the headlights, these come on. You're really going to want to have some sort of spotlights, because if you're working at night and you're raising this bucket up and down or whatever, you're going to block your headlights. So that's not going to work. Okay, I also ordered this forklift here. This was only about $1,000 or so, and I'll tell you about that here in a minute. And I ordered the bush hog with it. This was like $2,200 or so, because in our lawn service sometimes we do bush hogging jobs, and so that's originally why we got the tractor, is to offer bush hogging jobs. All right, so the lifting capacity on that tractor is 1,186 pounds max. Okay, so I put the forklift on there. I tried lifting a pallet a full pallet of mulch, and which was like 60 bags, and guess what? It didn't lift it, didn't even budge it. And I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? So it's basically a pound of mulch weighs about 20 pounds. Okay, well, that's dry. Okay, when I got it from the dealer, it was soaked. Okay, so I said, all right, well, let's weigh a bag of mulch, 20 pounds. Let's weigh a bag of wet mulch, 40 pounds. Half wet mulch, 30 pounds. And so you take 60 pounds of mulch, or 60 bags of mulch wet, times 40, that's 2,400 pounds, okay, of mulch. So no, it's not going to lift it. So you have to know the weight of what you're lifting. And that's how I found out that. So it only lifts 1,186 pounds. You got more than that, it's not going to lift it. Okay, so this tractor has a 44-inch turning radius. It weighs about 2,600 pounds, and it has a Yanmar diesel. Okay, this tractor would do about 10-12 miles an hour down the driveway wide open. So it's got plenty of speed to it. And also, I was going to mention about getting a cover. If you're going to leave it outside, the cover's only like $130. And really, what's going to hurt your tractor is not so much rain, but it's the sunshine. Sunshine eats stuff up and fades it. So I would invest in a cover. It will cover up all the way from here over your roll bars all the way down to here, and you won't have to worry about this fading or getting eat up. I've had the cover on for a year. It's a little faded, but it's still in good shape. One thing about this tractor is if you're going to be pushing some brush or bushes or sticks or whatever, they will get caught in these hydraulic lines. These are just aluminum hydraulic lines, and they come down here and they go up. And mine, I had to wrap because they come straight from the factory, all exposed, just zip tied on. And if you get one little branch or one little stick behind them hydraulic lines, it's going to bend it. And I ended up bending one of these. And so what I did is I just went down the hardware store, got some aluminum flashing, wrapped it around there, zip tied aluminum flashing on, and then just green duct taped it. And I haven't had a problem since. But that is one thing about this tractor that really should have the option to come from the factory with these hydraulic lines protected, because they are out there to be bent up if you're working in any type of brush. So I would definitely wrap them before you break one of these off. Okay, here's your water separator down here. This is your drain to drain your water out. It has a little orange ring. If the orange ring floats up, then that means you got water in it, so you just drain it all out. Other than that, this just spins on like an oil filter. You can take this whole thing off, dump all the gunk out, dirt, or whatever's in there. Hopefully there's no dirt, but sometimes you get specks of stuff in there. You spin this off like an oil filter, dump that upside down. There's a little filter in there. You can replace or you can clean it, and then put it back on. I was doing this about every 2 or 3 weeks. It seemed to get stuff in there. Okay, and so it will shut your mower down. I mean your tractor down. If you get to running this thing and it just shuts off out of the blue on you, that's probably your problem, and that'll get you back running again. Okay, so that's, I've had it shut off 2, 3, 4, 5 times on me, and that's always been the problem. Just that thing there gets just a little bit of gunk in it, a little bit of water mixed with gunk, and it just shuts this thing right down. And you'll be going around plowing, boom, shut it down. And then you'll start it back up. You'll run in about 5-10 minutes, or maybe an hour, or maybe a day, boom, shut back down. And so if it starts doing that, spin that off there, dump it out, clean it out, put it back on. You'll be good to go for quite a while. Now, what's the ultimate fail-safe is this right here. This is K100 diesel. I was talking to a dealer and I was telling him about what happened. He said, have you tried this? I'm like, no. So you just put a cap full of this in. It's got one of these medicine measuring cups. I'll go up to that line. I think it's 5 ml. I just put this in every 5-gallon tank that I go fill up. I just put a cap full of this in there, and then I fill up the tractor. Ever since I started running K100, I have not had one problem with this tractor shutting off. Any more fuel problems. This just seems to take care of it all. So I would not run this tractor without putting some K100 in it. Okay, so those are a few of the bugs that I've worked out. That, the K100, wrapping these lines right here. Okay, I did a 100-hour review. You can look at my channel, you can look at that one. And this one's for the 200-hour review. And it's ran pretty darn smooth. Once I figured out those bugs and I got worked out, I have not had any more problems with this. It runs great. I've done the oil change on it. That's real easy. Air filters. You can look on my channel and you can see how to do that. But I would highly recommend this. This is entry-level tractor. That's what E stands for. But it's fine. The 25 horsepower that it's got has been plenty of power for me. I know that like I said, the 32 and 38 have more power, takeoff power, but other than that, the 25 has been great. Okay, so your Pto Hydrostatic Transmission, you get 19.4 on this tractor, you get 25 on the 3025E, and you get 30 on the 3025E. And so that's your differences on your PTO and your engines. So like I said, I've got the 25 because it was a lot cheaper. That's about all I wanted to put out, and it's done everything that I've wanted it to do. So people wonder, you know, which engine should you go with, or is this powerful enough? And I would say yes, it's powerful enough. So that's my review on this. It's got a little over 200 hours. I would highly recommend buying this tractor. If you've got any clearing to do, or whatever you got, bush hog or lifting or whatever, I think it'll be sufficient for what you need. And it's great quality, of course, made by John Deere. So that's my $200 review on this tractor. If you like it, hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, because we're going to have a lot more videos coming out on tractors, gators, zero turns, you name it. So thanks a lot, appreciate it.